Right, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to a new video on the channel. Do I see something? I never noticed this, but my actual plate is there. That's what my license plate is, or my reg plate, or whatever you want to call it. That is sick. That is very, very sick. Anyway, welcome to a new car. Welcome to a new video. Welcome to Forza Horizon 5. This is the 24 Hour of Le Mans Ford GT. It's a beast. It's squirrely to get off the line. This is a brand new car added to this game. And I really wanted to try and get this thing and try and make a video for you guys because it's a really, really good car. This is again one of those cars that will end up going up against the car pack, the Apex All-Stars car pack. If you guys haven't seen the past couple of videos that I've been making it on the cars in this car pack here. It is, in my opinion, like I've said in the past couple of videos, one of the best car packs that we've had in this game and in a lot of Forzas. And in my opinion, it's actually worth the money. All right, so it's really, really sick. I'm going through all the cars very slowly, but for today's video, I decided to take a break from the Apex All-Stars car pack because there's a new car for everybody to use, and it's the Ford GT, the number 66 Ford GT. You get it for getting your 20 points on the season. Just do a couple of these events, whichever ones you want to do in whatever order you want to do it in, get your 20 points, and that's pretty much how you get it. I will end up doing the trial as well at some point because, like I said in other videos, a lot of people like seeing the trial, so I'll end up making a video on that as well. Regardless, I really want to get the Pro Stock Camaro. That thing looks monstrous. I want to get it so badly, but I think I have to wait until next week to get it. Right? I'm pretty sure. Unless the Forza daily challenges are extra added to these. Let me know down in the comments below because I can't be bothered to count them all on my own. So if you end up figuring out that you can actually get this thing this week, I'll go for it and I'll try and complete every single one of these events this week and I'll try to get it. But I don't think you can. I think you're going to be off by like 3 points or something like that if I do end up getting it. Something weird like that. Anyway, regardless, in today's video, we're going to take a look at the Ford GT. This month, this season is absolutely stacked with like crazy race cars and that. So, and this is one of them. I kind of cheated a little bit last night when I got it, and I drove it a tiny bit like this, and it is just like, it's such a good car. I think so far this beats out the other cars that I've driven in the previous videos from the Apex All-Stars car pack. I think this is a much tighter and much more extreme car around corners, and it feels already like it's a faster car. So I'm very intrigued to see what it's like when I take it out on the track. I will end up doing it on a normal rival event as well. I'll just drive it around there too, but since I'm testing all these cars out on an actual track in this game, a player-made track even, I really want to try and see what it's capable of. But yeah, it is an absolute baller of a car. Very, very sick. I want to take a look at this thing a little bit more in detail once we go into the festival, but I'll do that after I'll do this this race because I'm going to end up doing stuff to it, so that's why. Hop over to the Edel Circuit, or Edel Circuit, however you want to pronounce this thing. There it is. This is the one that I've been using to see what sort of times these cars can get. And yeah, we'll try and see how close this thing gets to all of those. This is mid-engine. It's probably why it's really, really good. Mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, 530 horsepower, 670 newton-meters of torque. It only weighs 1,320 kilos. It's got a V6 in it, of course. And I love the yellow lights again. It's just... they're just so sick. They're just so sick. And I think it's because they're a lot better during the rain. Am I right in saying that? They're a lot better during the rain. Because when cars race at the 24-hour Le Mans, sometimes it'll end up raining or something like that. Am I right in saying that? Are yellow lights just better for like worse weather, like rain and snow and stuff like that? Someone can correct me, but I swear I've learned that somewhere. Maybe I've been thought wrong. maybe I've been bamboozled. It does want to slide a little bit, but it's very, very composed if you're careful with it. It's a sick car. It's so fast, man. Around corners, like I said, it's super, super twitchy, so you have to be careful with the way you drive this thing. It's a little different to the other ones. Like the M8, for example, that I've driven, or the Lexus, is just so planted, and you can just floor it out of every corner. You can do whatever you want. This just feels a little bit more lively. Kind of like it wants to rip your head off a little bit more. Not as extreme as I'm making it out to be, but definitely more extreme than the other two cars. And the 911 is also quite stable as well. So maybe it's just engine placement. Maybe because those are front-engined cars. And the 911 is a rear engine, this is mid-engine. Maybe that's why they feel the way they do. Braked a little bit too late there. It is a phenomenal car to drive. Seriously, it is. And I definitely do think this is going to be the fastest one out of a lot of them. What am I getting? From a standing start, I'm getting a 132. This is going to be really fast. So far, I think the fastest time that we have is in the 911 with a 129.1, if I remember correctly. I'll have a quick look again right after this video, because I keep forgetting. But I'll have a quick look just to see. Or is the 911, did the 911 get beat by the M8? I think it might have, actually. I think I'm wrong. Maybe I completely forgot about what my list is. I should probably put it somewhere, right? But I can't really look at the list while I'm making a video, so... Well, I can't. I just have to edit it out. Which I will end up doing once I finish all my laps here. But for right now, let's try and concentrate on this and not crash into anything. It's very stable if you can control it, if you're careful with it, but if you are a little bit too lively with it, it will end up biting you. As in, it will end up trying to throw you out. It's so fast, man. It's so fast. Around corners and just acceleration and top speed, just overall, it's just faster than the other cars. But just like that, it's a 127. I don't think any of the other cars got a 127. I mean, that's on my second lap. I mean, to be honest, it was actually quite a good lap. And I think I can maybe go a tiny bit faster, so let's try to see if we can force the time a little bit down. But it is really, really good. Super, super grippy. Very twitchy when you come into the initial turn in, which is good. It's really good. Like I can't complain about that. Like that's a really good thing. But I'm just saying, like it is quite twitchy. Ooh, a little squirrely on the way out. If you're not careful with power. Again, as usual, I'm driving with assist soft. The only assist that I have on is ABS, and that's pretty much it. Apart from that, everything else is turned off. That corner I never really get perfectly right. It's always like, because some cars brake obviously later than others, so the positioning of that corner is so weird to me. So you have to kind of stay wide and then go in tight. You have to stay wide for a lot longer than what I feel like it should be. But again, it's just some cars brake a lot later than others, so I think this is going to be a really fast lap, by the way. I'm probably going to beat my last lap by a lot. Oh, maybe not. I think I messed up a little bit. Anyway, I'm not going to show you guys the rest of these laps because it's just going to be me doing the same thing. But I'll show you at the very end what sort of best time I got, if I even beat that time on the second lap, because that's a pretty decent time. Alright, we're done. We are done. 7:25.001 is the overall time with it. 1:27.161. That is definitely the fastest so far. Yeah, it is the fastest of the lot of them. It's actually faster than the M8 by half a second. It got 1:27.679. And oh my god. Wait, no, never mind. I thought it was... No, this is faster. Overall, the Ford GT is faster. Because I looked at the times, and the overall time for the BMW was a 7-minute 27.502. And I don't know why, for whatever reason, when I looked at my time, I was like, oh my god, I got the same time except 0.001 of a second faster. with the Ford GT, but that's not the case, obviously. Yeah, it's a very fast car. It's a really, really fast car. Try it out for yourselves, get it, and see what you think of it, but it is very fast, completely stock. Let's do stuff to it. Since we're able to do stuff with all of the other cars, let's see what we can do with this thing. What it's capable of, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be some crazy, crazy things being able to be done to this. Hopefully, we can get it to be a little bit quicker. If we can get this thing to be really, really good at the top of A class, or at the top of S2, before we go into X class, that would be very, very sick. Anyway, let's have a quick look at this thing as well. If I open the doors, which looks sick, the whole front end I think comes off as well. Is it? Oh no, it doesn't. I thought the entire front end would come off. Oh no. Well, I mean, cool. It's fine. Like, I'm not complaining about it. But it's just the tiniest little, like, hatch that pops off. And I'm guessing that's going to be the same thing as well for the rear. Yeah. That is pretty much the same thing for the rear. It's very sick. It's really, really cool. Again, I absolutely adore the yellow headlights. The yellow bolts for the headlights, very, very sick. Interior, again, super minimalistic. I think this is probably the most minimalistic one that we've had so far, right? Because all of the other ones had massive panels over in the center where you'd be able to see a ton of buttons. I mean, this one does as well there, but it's not actually that crazy. You know, it's a little bit more more bare and a little bit more open inside instead of that. Yeah, it's very, very cool. I like it. That's pretty much what this looks like. Pretty sure this won Le Mans, didn't it? I'm pretty sure this Ford GT ended up winning Le Mans. It is really, really cool. Alright, cool. Let's actually... Where am I? I'm in the map. Let's actually start doing stuff to this thing. See what it's capable of achieving. I'm not going to all-wheel drive swap it. It's going to stay as a rear-wheel drive. We can put a racing V6 twin turbo in it. This is from the Huna truck, I think someone said, right? I think I've used this engine in a previous build and then someone said that it's from the Huna truck. So I am going to trust them and say that that's correct. Wider front wheels, wider rear wheels. Everything's adjustable on this thing anyway, so I'm just trying to figure out what I really want to do to it without really compromising too much, but it seems really decent. My acceleration and launching and all that isn't really great, but I don't really have to worry about that too much. What if I just upgrade my turbos? What if I just do that and then get rid of cams, get rid of that? Nope, it's too much power. It is too much. Doesn't like it. It does not like it at all. Cams. Are we actually like stuck now? I don't think I can change much, can I? 996, is that the highest we can go? I think that is the highest we can possibly go here. I mean, everything else here is pretty much adjustable, so there's no point in me even buying any of this stuff. Like, just like the other cars, pretty much. Weight reduction, I kind of want it. I feel like it's going to be a really, really good car with weight reduction. And then obviously we can switch it to all-wheel drive if I really wanted to, but do I really want to? Absolutely not, because it's going to change the characteristics of this car way too much. I know for a fact I'm not going to like it. So those are the stats for this thing. Pretty mad stats. What I do know is we can adjust the aero, because I'm pretty sure with all of the cars from the Apex All-Stars car pack, all the aero comes as really, really low, basically at minimum. So I am going to bring these up. Actually, I'm going to change a couple of things. I need to obviously stretch my gears out, because now the top speed of this thing is significantly higher, because it's got a lot more power. Diff as well, and yeah. Anyway, I'll be right back. Alright, I've done a bit of a build on this thing. Let's see what it's like. Spinny. It definitely spins those rear wheels. Is it still as responsive as before? Yeah. Ooh, god, still a little slippery. Yeah, pretty much all of these race cars are basically the exact same. Like, they grip up quite a bit, but they're not as sharp as some of the meta cars in this game, which is pretty mad. They all got very, very similar handling. Whoever made this car pack gave a lot of these cars super, super similar handling. This one's a little bit more twitchy though. The Ford GT is definitely a lot more twitchy than some of the other cars. Still has a ton of grip through corners. I don't think it's going to be very OP for anything though. Yeah, I'm trying to like figure out how fast they have to go for some of these corners. But yeah, for the top of S2, there's other cars that are significantly better than this. Maybe my tune just sucks, but I think even with my tuning capabilities, I think I'm able to spot if a car is going to be like really, really good and OP, and if a car is going to like fail. But this isn't going to be OP, but I don't think it's going to be a terrible car if you do decide to use it for like racing online and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to say. It does have a lot of power as well going to the rear wheel, so you have to be kind of careful this time around with the whole flooring it out of corners. It doesn't really want you to do that too much. Let's bring it on the Rivals event, because as usual, that's kind of what I wanted to really check this out on and see what it's like. What's a good track to take this thing out on? Definitely not that. Probably a sprint event, right? The sprint events are always really, really good just to see. I know I'm not going to be like winning any of these, or I'm not going to be as fast as possible for any of these, just because of the fact that there are some crazy OP cars. Like the Aerodromo Sprint, for example, there's just like the BTTB and the Brabham and everything. Like, they're just way too OP and far ahead in just everything compared to all of these other cars. You know what I mean? So, it's going to be good going up against them, but it's not going to be close to them, if that makes sense. So just because my rival now is going to absolutely obliterate me, or it looks like he is, doesn't mean that this thing is a slow car, by all means, right? It just means that those cars are just in a different league of their own. They're like X plus cars, but somehow they're still stuck in S2, if that makes sense. Like, they are crazy, crazy, crazy cars. Where the grip shouldn't be like that in an S2 car. But they are. I think this is also probably the most comfortable car I've been in so far. Because of how twitchy the steering is and how quickly it like shoots into corners, I feel like this is the one that I'm most comfortable with driving. I don't know, I really like when cars are like super, super twitchy when you're driving them around. That's maybe just me. I prefer that over like really, really smooth turning in cars. Because again, the super crazy OP meta cars, they're all like that as well. They're like very twitchy, quick to turn in and change direction. So that's what I'm comfortable with. So driving the M8 and all the other cars, they're cool and all, but they just don't seem to put me on edge like this. And for whatever reason, I'm just more comfortable with this car basically keeping me on edge. I went way too fast there. I don't know why I didn't brake. The lines on the ground were even red for the chevrons, and I still didn't brake. This is my fault for being stupid. I'm not paying attention. I'm also trying to do a commentary video, you know. I'm not really concentrating too hard. Usually when I do these, if I really go for a time, I'll end up beating my time that I need to do in one of the runs where I shut up. So, yeah. I'm not taking this overly seriously. Again, it's a really fast car. It's just not going to be that great compared to some of the meta cars. But it's cool. It's definitely a cool little addition to the game. I love, like I said, all of these race cars. I think this game definitely needed them because it just makes it so much cooler and so much more fun to try and use some of these cars. And hopefully now, actually, it'll force Playground Games to add a lot more things with for the event lab for people to create actual tracks in this game. Because there's a lot of people that are continuously making tracks in this game, like actual racetracks. And they just turned out to be really, really good. Like that Edel Circuit track, or Edel Circuit, there's that Alpine Heights track, or whatever it was called. That's really, really sick as well to test cars out on and drive them like you're on a racetrack. So, again, people are continuously making racetracks in this game, and they all get so many plays. So, it's cool to see people do that, but they need the resources to do it, since Playground Games won't do it. So, Playground Games need to add loads of little building parts for these guys to create some of the best looking tracks out there. And again, since they decided to add all these crazy race cars in this game, hopefully in the near future they will end up continuously adding things for people to create crazy tracks out of. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is the Ford GT. Very, very cool car. Super, super fun. So far it's the fastest race car that has been added into this game that I've tested. As in like proper racing, like Le Mans car. So far it's the fastest one. So that's very cool. Try it out for yourselves and let me know what you think about it. That's it. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.